I'm hungry. Thank you for coming to hang out. This beef cabbage with corn is going to be absolutely delicious. My family, I grew up in the Smokies, and my family loved to make beef, kind of a beef soup, a beef stew with cabbage. And I confess, when I was younger, I really didn't want it. I did not want the beef cabbage. I did not want the beef and cabbage. But now that I'm older, I've grown to appreciate it. And my grandmother was just a super pro. That's a little bit of bacon grease. It's about 1.5 tablespoons. This is from some bacon that I fried for breakfast. And I save that grease. I save every bit of it because I'm going to be using it. But I'm using cast iron, and I'm a big fan of cast iron. This is a Lodge, and it's one of my larger ones. It's got a really deep, nice size, a good deep side to it. And I think this would be perfect for a fish fry. You and I, we need to have a fish fry sometime. But this beef and cabbage with some corn, it's going to be really, really good because this is what I grew up with. Now I am adding the corn. That's my addition. I've changed up my grandmother's recipe just a tad because I want to have the flavor of that corn in addition to the wonderful cabbage. This cabbage has a nice depth of flavor. I mean, I used it earlier for just some cabbage steaks. Let's try it. So good. Back home, we had early cabbage that came in the spring, and then we had late cabbage that came in the fall. And they're flavored. They're a little bit different. Their flavor profiles. And I'm just not sure if that's a spring tasting or a fall tasting cabbage. I don't know where it came from. If you know where they're bringing the cabbages in from, let me know. I'm curious because it is very flavorful, very, very flavorful. Now I want this to continue to heat up because I want it to be hot when I drop the beef in. Now my beef, I cut this up earlier into little pieces because I want it to not take so long to cook. And I do want it to be tender. But this is mainly for flavoring. It's not about a bunch of beef. It's all about the cabbage. You know, I say beef and cabbage, but the cabbage is the star of the show here. So, cabbage haters, you've got to try this. And if you still don't like cabbage, send me a note. I want to hear from you. If you have a favorite recipe for cabbage, I want to hear from you because I need to find more ways to cook cabbage. All right, now that's getting hot. I can feel the heat rising up off of that. Let's throw one in for a test. And that's hot. Now I want this to just cook and get a little bit of brown. I'm gonna just get it all spread out. And then I want a little bit of brown on this beef. And remember, this is just for flavor because it is cabbage. Give me cabbage, give me more cabbage. But I look back and wonder, what all did I miss? Because if they told me that the dish had cabbage in it, I was a no. I was a no, a hard no. Turn left and go back the other way because I just didn't eat the cabbage. I'm gonna have some tea, whatever you're drinking at home, drink with me. That's straight up black pico. And I do love a good tea. Now I am just doing a taste test on my beef to check it for flavor. The taste of beef. I get just hints of bacon. Now I'm letting this brown up. I'm giving it a stir. Man, that was good. That was so good. Can you smell it? This is going to be so good. You're going to be able to smell it at home. Oh, look at that. Golden. This smells so good. Just give me a big piece of bread and some mayonnaise. I could get happy with this. I could get happy, but it's going to get better. This will get better. That moisture has started to cook off, and now we're just getting down to those flavors of the bacon and the beef. Now what I want to do is I'm going to come in. This is a white onion that I have just roughly chopped. This was a small onion. It's the whole thing. But check my recipe below the video for full details. Let me make a little room, and in goes the onion. And so I want those onions to become aromatic. Let's just give them a minute. Now my onions have started to turn a little bit golden. The aroma is coming through. It's full force here in my kitchen. Let's make a little area, and in goes about 5 garlic cloves. I don't want that to stay in there on its own for too long, but I just want it to maybe about a minute get aromatic. We want a little bit of heat. I said heat, and yes, we're going to add some red pepper flakes. In they go. I definitely like to get a little bit of that afterburn heat. I'm a fan. So now we're going to come in with a little bit of garlic powder. Garlic powder and chopped or, fresh garlic. It's a totally different flavor profile. So I'm going to come in with a little bit of onion powder. Again, a different flavor profile over what you would get with the fresh onion. And as a surprise to heighten all the flavors in this, a little bit of cumin. In it goes. Cumin, do your thing. Now, let's give this a stir. Let those flavors marry. Let the aromas come together. Get the party started in your pan. Now I want to come in with a little bit of beef broth. And this is about 4 cups, but check that recipe. And my beef broth was warm. It was a better than bouillon beef base. It comes in a jar. It's kind of a thick paste. And I added, a warm water. Smell that. Oh my gosh. Now the cabbage is last, and I'm saving the salt till last because that beef bouillon, check the label. You can get a lot of salt in that, and you do not want to ruin this meal. Better to be able to add some salt at the table because it would be hard to get the salt out of this if you over salted it. You could maybe put a potato in there and let the potato absorb some of the salt. Oh yes, come on now, start cooking for me. Start cooking for me. I want to come in with my spoon, my little container. Let's just get out a little bit of this and give it a taste. This will allow me to check for seasoning. Let's taste it. Perfection. That's perfection. Now it's starting to boil. That lets me know that I want to come in. And remember, this is soup. I want to come in with my cabbage. And I have just thinly sliced this cabbage. I'm going to come in with that. Oh, I've got a bunch of this cabbage. It's so good though. I mean, I could just sit down with a fork and fully enjoy that cabbage. Let's get this immersed into the liquid, spread throughout the pan. I'm going to give this just a few minutes, and then we're going to add the last ingredient. Let's let this come to a boil. You don't want to overcook the cabbage, and I do like this served right off of the oven, out of the pan, and that way I don't want the cabbage overcooked. I want a little bit of crispness still in there, you know, al dente, al dente. I don't want it to go to mush. So this will be good as a leftover, but so good just straight up out of the pan. Now, of course, my final ingredient is the corn, and that's just gonna add a little extra bit of wow. I've never had cabbage soup with corn before. Well, you're gonna like this. We're gonna try it here at the end, and I just know, I'm gonna know you're gonna love it. Because corn, it's really, really delicious. And this is a sweet corn. The flavors with the beef and the cabbage are gonna meld beautifully. This is heating up quickly. I wanna give it a stir to make sure that my cabbage is picking up all of those flavors. And the beef is practically disappeared. And that's what we want, because again, the cabbage is the star of the show. The rest of these are, you know, the little act in front and the little goodbye act in the back, so that you get a full force of flavors. Now, be sure you check out the other videos on my channel. Don't just come in for this cabbage soup, stew. You know, come in and check out some of the other recipes. I've got some really good ones. I do. You know, I'm really gonna toot my own horn here and say I've got some great recipes on my channel. So check those out. All right, my cabbage is starting to soften up a little bit. Let's come in with my corn. This was 2 ears of fresh corn that I cut from the cob. Let's get that in. And this just takes a few minutes. The corn just takes a few minutes. The cabbage just takes a few minutes. All right, now let's let this just cook for a minute. I'm gonna reduce the heat. I don't want this to burn. I'm gonna reduce the heat. I'm gonna put my lid on this and let it cook for about 5 minutes. And you know, we're gonna come back and taste test this. You could do as little as 3, but I do want the corn to get that raw flavor out. I want it to fully, you know, get cooked. We'll be right back. All right, this is fully come to a boil. It's been about 5 minutes. And I think we're just nearly there. We're almost ready to just dig in. All right, I have turned that off of the heat. Let's take a look at it. I'm gonna take this big lid off. All right, look at that. Look, so good. Let's get some out and taste test. Cabbage, those little kernels of corn in there. I want to get a little bit of that base, my stock. And we're gonna let this cool down, and we're gonna go in for a big sample bite. All right, I've got a little bit of that in here. Oh, I've got plenty. I have got plenty for you to come in and have some. Now, we had it just like this out of the bowl, but remember, the corn is an addition. My grandmother usually just had the cabbage, a little bit of beef, but we took it up a notch. We took it up a notch. And I think my grandmother, she would enjoy this. She'd be right here with me. We'd be laughing, we'd be talking, we'd be having good times. Of course, now I'd need some cornbread, right? Or a biscuit. Oh, that corn just gives it that little bit of a punch. I got a piece of beef on this one. I'm gonna go in for another bite. I'm gonna blow on it. It's hot. It's hot. I'm gonna need a bigger bowl. This is so good. Thank you for hanging out with me, sharing the journey. Come and get you a bowl. We're gonna be friends, I just know it. I'm Ransom Ryder. I'll see you soon. Bye, bye. I'm gonna finish this. It's too good to leave it. Oh my gosh, that's good.